We are live, boys and girls, gentlemen and ladies. Welcome back to another live stream on the Flow of Consciousness YouTube channel. So we'll just give people some time to show up, and then we can start. Then we can get started. Let's get it. I can already see a few people here in the stream. Super happy about that. Let's get it going. So, what did I want to talk about? Accountability partners, life in Mexico. Apparently, they just canceled all kind of like restrictions. So you don't need a COVID test anymore. You don't need a vaccination. You don't even need to fill in the public person locator form or something. So you can just fly to Mexico, no questions asked. Fantastic. Like, I wish other countries would do the same. Unfortunately, that's not the case, but I'm lucky enough to be here and to live in a place where it's really free, People will get sick and they will recover, and hopefully, ultimately, people can just do the things they were used to doing. So, Mr. Flo, Mr. Jordan Portraits, thank you so much for joining. By the way, guys, if you need a great photographer and you live in Belgium, go check out his account, Jorim de Lara Portraits on Instagram. Absolutely immaculate pictures and a very, very cool guy to work with. So feel free to check out his stuff. I'll put it in the chat so you can check it out if you want. Jorim de Lara Portraits. That's what it is. Listening together with YB Plays Music. Woohoo! YB, man, you're crushing it on YouTube, man. Holy crap. Like 25K subscribers now? That is pretty freaking badass. So I'm super proud of you for putting in the work. We got you, bro. We got you too. Super, super proud of you, man. Like, wow, the growth has been incredible. So I'm very happy that you were able to pull these things off. Um, Anyways, so I was talking about the restrictions that they lifted, so I can. It's also possible to travel between Mexico's without, like, it's normal. Like, the travel in Mexico is normal, which is pretty cool to realize. So if you guys want a little break from the whole situation in Europe, feel free to join me here in Mexico, or from the US, or from wherever. Mexico is open for everyone, and it's very good weather here too, which is pretty nice. So yes, so I was talking about the accountability partner. So I'm currently teaming up with Elias. It's the friend I met at the Rainbow, and he's like such a cool guy, right? Like, he's super positive, very open, very much self-development oriented, super Buddhistic, very spiritual person, very aware. And it's amazing to talk with him on a regular basis, and we kind of like keeping each other accountable. So we both have like very compulsive behaviors. I'm only going to disclose my compulsive behaviors, but he also has a few. But for me, it's exercise, it's food, it's too much like laziness and sleepiness and stuff like that. And so we kind of like keep each other accountable whenever we feel like we are in this compulsive loop, because it's really like a loop, right? Once you want to compulsively do something, it's like a loop. You get into it, and the only thing you can think of is doing that thing. Like, for me, it's like the only thing I can do or think of is eating that food, or the only thing I can think of is going to exercise, or is going to sleep, or is doing these things that, like, compulsively in my mind, I want to do these things. And it's like so strong and so powerful that if you have a person that you trust, that you can confide in, then it helps a lot to mention this compulsiveness, like to tell him, literally say in a voice message or in a video or even call and say, I feel like I cannot think about doing anything else but to eat this hamburger right now. I cannot think about anything else, and I feel so compulsive about it, and I want to move through this. But by speaking it into existence, by actually, letting the other person know that you're struggling with this, it already makes you so much more aware of what is going on. And it's the awareness that is the start of breaking the cycle, right? Because if you're in a compulsive loop, you don't really think. It's automatic. You get into, I don't know, you start watching YouTube and you watch one video and then you click the next video and then you click the next video and it becomes compulsive. You want to keep watching, right? But at some point you realize, wow, I have been watching YouTube for like 2 3 hours now. What happened? And you get out of this, you were in this zone where you were really not aware of what was going on, and then all of a sudden you realize, wow, I spent so much time watching unnecessary videos and I lost so much time and I wasn't even aware, right? So becoming aware of this compulsive tendency is very, very helpful. And so we're keeping each other accountable in this kind of like dopamine detox approach, where we cut out most of the highly stimulative behaviors in our lives. I want to say hello. Hi, Evelyn. Thank you for joining. I'm super happy that you're here. How is your weekend going? I hope that you're feeling well and you're enjoying your time. I am very much enjoying my time here in Mexico. It's absolutely cool and amazing, and the weather is fantastic. I'm sitting inside right now because outside the Wi-Fi doesn't really work, so I came to find a spot where it does work properly. But I'm very happy that you're here, and I feel grateful that you joined today's live stream. I would like to join you in Mexico, man. It's the country is open. Feel free to join. It's super easy to get here, and it's not too expensive actually from Europe to come to Mexico. Anyways, so I was talking about these compulsive loops, and yeah, like the dopamine detox approach, where we kind of filter out like watching Netflix and series and YouTube and eating junk food and not visiting the hub, and like all these behaviors that are very, very stimulative. You can get really compulsive about those because we want to feel this dopamine rush. We want to feel the stimulation because it's very, very addictive, and that's why we get into these compulsive loops. And if you have a person that you can hold yourself accountable with, that really, really helps. So if you're struggling with any compulsions in your own life, it can be super helpful to find a friend or family member or whoever, and you really speak honestly about whatever it is that you're currently struggling with. So if you feel the compulsion to procrastinate on a project, it's also some kind of compulsion, right? But by telling this to your friend or to your accountability partner, by talking about it, by actually like mentioning it, like, hey, I feel like I want to procrastinate, that already makes you aware, and then your ego gets involved a little bit, and you don't want to come across as this lazy person. Then you start working anyways because you mentioned it to your friend, and you don't want to come across as a lazy person. It's super, super effective. So I can only recommend it if you're struggling with certain compulsions and things that you want to get rid of. Find a person that you trust and speak openly and with honesty about whatever it is that you're going through and struggling with. And in my case, Elias is incredible with that. Like, we tell each other the most stupid things in such honesty, and it's super, super helpful. So I can only recommend it. Thanks for the shout out. Yeah, of course. My weekend was good, but very cold. I can imagine that. Yeah, in Europe, it's really, really, really cold right now. I heard my brother talk about it. There's a lot of mist in Belgium, and it's like 2 3 degrees or something. It's super cold. So that's really not my environment. I feel so much resistance against this cold. So I'm super grateful to be in the sun here in the warm temperature. It's the climate is perfect here in Yucatan in Mexico. So I'm currently in Cancun. It's Yucatan. It's the peninsula in the south and the Caribbean Sea. The weather is perfect. Like in January, it's just perfect. It's like 23, 24 degrees, sunshine. It's absolutely incredible. So every day I get outside of my house and I think to myself, I am so blessed. I am so grateful that I'm able to soak up all this beautiful sunlight and to feel the warmth on my skin. It's beautiful. I'm so blessed, so grateful. So thank you so much, life, for bringing me this opportunity. It's really, really cool. So yeah, other than that, Mexico, it's a huge country. So it's like, if you I watched this comparison where they take the how do I say, the surface area of Mexico and they kind of like transfer it to Europe, and it's almost like half of the size of Europe. So in Europe, it's very easy to go between the different countries, and you feel like you're traveling between all different countries and cultures, right? Because they're all such small countries, actually. But Mexico is massive, but it has these different states, and it's also very different in the different states, right? So I only went to Palenque in Chiapas, but I would also like to go to different places and see what Mexico really is like, right? And so two of my friends, they're currently in Mexico City. I was there before a few days, but never really spent a lot of time there. But it's super cold there right now, which is super interesting to think about because here it's super warm and it's still the same country, but it's because it's so massive, right? So yeah, if you go more to the north, then it gets really cold, and here it's super nice the temperature. So I'm curious to I will actually like to visit my friends in Mexico City. For those of you who know the self development space, Nathaniel Drew, he is in Mexico City. I would love to run into him and get to know him because he's like such a cool content creator and he makes very inspiring videos. So that would be super cool if we could like meet randomly. I hope I will. I don't know. I will manifest him. You guys can help me manifest him. Just in your prayers and your meditations, just imagine me running into Nathaniel Drew. That would be super cool. You still need to meet Clara. Yeah, I do still need to meet Clara. Jesus, she lives in the north in Durango. So if I go to Mexico, perhaps I should take it a little bit more seriously and actually make it happen because she's such a nice girl, right? So she's so smart too. So I think we would have great conversation. Yes, I looked and I didn't think Mexico was so big and varied. It is absolutely massive. And they have so many different cultural influences, and it's you have desert and you have beach and you have mountains and you have forest and you have it's so varied. It's a very interesting place, very interesting country with a lot of ancient culture, also Mayan culture. The temples here are really beautiful. They have a lot of experience with ancient plant medicine like peyote. It's like a cactus that has psychedelic qualities. It's very interesting culture, and I actually really like to learn more about this place. It's it's a unique part of the world, I would say, and I like the accent they speak here. And for example, Argentinian Spanish is so ugly. I really don't like it. It's super ugly. I'm very happy that I can learn Spanish with a nice accent because it's important to me to be able to speak with a nice accent. So yeah, learning a language is also pretty cool. Yesterday I was talking to a girl at the market. She was selling handmade candles and natural soap, and she was super friendly, and her Spanish was very beautiful. So I wanted to practice Spanish with her, and it's nice, to practice with a local. So we had some conversation about her project. She was trying to make her soap and candles shop a little bit larger and stuff like that. It's always cool to talk to people about their dreams, and their side projects, and it's really cool when somebody commits to a side project and to actually like make it a reality because it's a difficult thing to do. And I can speak from personal experience. This project has been quite a challenge. And I was talking to my friend today. He asked me like, when is your project kind of like gonna finish? And I'm like, yes, 7th of March. I will have uploaded one video a day for a year straight, 365 days, guys. That is just crazy. As some of you have been with me from like the start, right? Like that is ridiculous to think about that. Holy, like 365 days, a whole year of documentation of what I've been through. How crazy is that? It's like a live diary almost, like I can go back and watch the videos, the first ones that I made. I'm like, wow, I made like so much progress and I went through so many ups and downs and things that I experienced. And that's great, right? Because it's kind of like a depiction of what a human life kind of like looks like in a way. goes up and down. It's never always the same. It's like back and forth, and you turn around, upside down. You go through these turbulations, and that's just how life goes, right? So I'm very grateful that I stick to this project and I committed to it and that I actually made it happen because it's quite an accomplishment if you think about it. 365 days and 365 videos. That's like, damn, how did I even pull that off? Like I'm amazed by my own commitment in a way because I never thought I would be able to. Well, I did think I was able to pull it off, but actually, like making it happen, that's a whole different story, right? You can talk about it, but until you actually do it, you don't really know what you're talking about. And I must say that I really overestimated, well, underestimated the work it takes. I really did. I was like, oh, it's okay, like one video a day, no problem. But man, it's a lot more challenging than I expected it to be. But that's cool, challenge yourself and try out new things and see where it brings you. And I'm extremely grateful for this opportunity and for the journey that I went through this year. It has been a fantastic experience for me. So yeah, I want to thank you guys also for this because without you, it wouldn't have been the same at all. I've gained so much insight from all of your comments and like received so much appreciation and support. It's awesome. Like it's really, really beautiful. So I'm super, super, super grateful for that. So thank you so much for all your good vibes and energy. Hats off to you, Wolf. A whole year of YouTube videos. Think about that. Really take a second to think about that. So this is an inside joke we have with Jorim. So when we were in Italy, we recorded a video when we were walking on the Vesuvius volcano, and it was about Amor Fati or Memento Mori. Actually, remember that you're going to die. And sorry, my phone is making a lot of noises. And so we were recording this video, and in one of the parts that we were filming, I say like, yeah, "You're going to die. Take a moment to think about it. Really, really think about it." And he thought it was so freaking funny, and now we're always laughing about it when I say like, take a moment to really think about that, because you gotta take time to reflect on the things that are important in life, right? So that's pretty funny. Good memories, man. Like think about that. Really, really think about that. We were in Italy road tripping, and I was uploading a video every single day. Like that is just crazy. I mean, imagine that we were doing that in Iceland and we went to Hornstrandir and I couldn't get like a connection with the internet. I would freak out. So I would probably pre-upload some videos, but still, man, like wow, that's just crazy to think about that. I traveled a whole month on a road trip in a car with my friends and we uploaded a video every day. Man, wow. Anyways, so yeah, just challenge yourself and keep your commitments in a way, but just be honest and open about it. If you commit to something, then do it, give it your best effort. If you're not able to pull it off, fine too. And you can admit that it wasn't possible for you to finish it, but that's fine too, right? Like there's no need to stick to it. That's kind of like what I struggle with a little bit here with this project. Is like, okay, now I made this commitment 1 year and I'm really growing tired, so I would like to kind of like end it. I want to give up. I really feel like giving up. But then I was like, it's okay. If I would want to, I could let it go. I could announce like, hey guys, like I want to do something else, and I can change my mind. I can stop this project anytime I want. It's a voluntary project. Nobody tells me to do this, but I wanted to do this. So I could announce that, okay, it's over. I don't want to continue this for a while, so I'm gonna take a break. And I was literally thinking about doing that. I was literally thinking about mentioning that I want to take like a month off or 2 months off and then continue with the videos. But then at some point I realized, okay, actually I think it's more important for me to stick to this commitment and to make it to the finish line, right? To really make it to the finish line, because I would probably regret not making it to the finish line in a way. I felt it intuitively, like there is different ways I can go about this, and perhaps I can just try to come up with a slightly different system or a slightly different schedule with uploading and creating and stuff. So now I'm usually just recording a few videos in a row and then editing most of them, and then like spreading it out a little bit, so I have less of this daily pressure every day, like, oh, I need to come up with a topic, I need to come up with a video. That was a lot of pressure, too much actually. Like I felt overwhelmed with that, and now I feel a lot more at peace, a lot more comfortable. I feel very, very good with the decision that I made. I'm super happy that I stick to it, and I will stick it out. I will sit it out. So the 7th of March will be the big date where I finish what I set out to do, and that's something that I'm super, super happy about. And whether or not this channel, I don't know, will continue to grow, I gave it my all. I gave it my best efforts. I really did, and I feel like it really paid off, even though I didn't make it to the numbers perhaps that I wanted to grow to. But that's okay. There's no need to measure necessarily your success by just numbers. It's more about the impact that I made, the people that I met along the way. It's so nice. I'm super, super grateful, like profoundly grateful for every one of you, each and every one of you who joined me on this journey and who left comments and who showed up at the live stream. Like it's so nice. It's honestly so cool to see what is possible in today's day and age, right? And so I was actually like listening to a podcast episode by Naval Ravikant. I don't know if any one of you know this guy. Super, super smart Indian person who was extremely successful with venture capitalists. And he also knows a lot about meditation and wealth building in general. He's very, very educated on that topic. And he talks about specific knowledge. So you want to develop specific knowledge because that is what society is going to reward you for. Okay, it's basically a problem that exists in society but that people don't know the answer to. Like if you can figure out that answer, that specific answer with your specific knowledge, then society will reward you for that. And now specific knowledge, what is it exactly? It's basically something that only can be learned. It can be taught, because if it can be taught, then you can be replaced. Okay, if it's knowledge that can be taught, then that means it can be taught to many people, and it can be systematized, it can be automatized, and so it's replaceable, right? But the 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 combination of everything that you've learned in your life through your pursuits of your interests, your DNA, your upbringing, it's a unique combination, it's a unique set of skills, knowledge, mindset, etc. And that combined, if you can apply that to a specific problem in society, that is specific knowledge that is specific to you, and you are the best at being you, right? You can't be outcompeted by someone else in being you, because you're the best at being you. So it's important to know who you are, to play to your strengths, to be honest about who you are, to not try to be someone else that you're not. People can, replace you because you're actually not your authentic self. Okay, so actually betting on your authentic self and developing your specific knowledge in a specific area that you are passionate about, that you're super interested in, that you can perform or that you can engage in without it feeling like work. Okay, think about something that doesn't feel like work, that looks like work to others. All right, for example, Yorim, he loves photography, he loves to take pictures. He For some people it might look like he's working, but for him he enjoys it. So this is like a specific knowledge that he can use, that society will reward him for, because people need pictures, and his experience and specific knowledge in a specific area is valuable, right? So if you can figure out that part for yourself and double down on that, and you commit to this for 5, 6, 7 years, then it will start compounding, because you will acquire more and more and more specific knowledge, and the compound effect will start to kick in, and that is when you really start to take off, right? And so it really got me thinking about, okay, what is the specific knowledge in my case? What is something that I am learning that can't be taught. Okay, so it's like specific personal experience, insights, skills that all come together. Okay, and I'm still figuring out what it actually is going to be, but I know that it's definitely going to be in the self improvement space. It's going to be in the, emotional intelligence, kind of guidance, intimacy, relationships, psychology. It's going to be the thing that I'm already doing right here with the channel, talking about the topics that I talk about. It can be with YouTube, it can be with video, it can be with, like these live streams, for example. I feel like they're really cool. I love to do these live streams, and you guys seem to also very much enjoy them. Like most of my live streams are, people watch them more than my other videos, for example. So in a way, perhaps this is something that I can start to work with. I could organize, I don't know, monthly live stream events or seminars or whatever, and then people can show up for that, and I can like teach something because I love teaching, for example. It's a really, really cool thing that I very much enjoy, making people understand things from a different perspective, or providing some kind of insights or easy digestible ways of looking at things, because I struggle sometimes with grasping complex concepts. I'm like chewing on them. I'm like, this is so complex, I don't understand. But then if I dive into it a little bit more, and I can simplify it, I can make it simple, I can make analogies, and use metaphors, and use different, I don't know, ways to explain a difficult or difficult to understand concept, a complex concept. Then I'm like, oh wow, okay, now I understand it. And then down for myself, because I'm actually not that smart. I'm just, I don't know, I'm really not that smart. So I have to dumb things down for myself to make them understandable. But of course, there's other people who enjoy easy to digest information when it's actually a very complex topic. So because I kind of like filter this complex information through my need to make it simple and easy to understand, then I can like verbalize this further down the line and help people understand more complex topics in simpler terms. For example, okay, I'm not saying that this is the only thing that I would like to do or can do, but it's definitely something that I really, really enjoy. The teaching aspect, the helping people understand things from a different perspective. That's something that I really, really like doing, and I've received quite good feedback also from people telling me that, oh, okay, you're really good at explaining this, or now I finally understand. And that's like such a nice feeling to receive this gratitude, because some people, they're like trying to understand something and they never get it, and then if they hear me talk about it or explain, they're like, wow, okay. And then this insight, it's it's eternal almost. Like once you get it, and you can't unget it in a way. That's the beautiful thing about insight. Okay, it happens, and then you have that insight, and it's part of you, and you can't eradicate it. It's there. It's a knowing. You know it inside you, and it can't really disappear anymore. And that's really cool, because that way you can give someone, or you can guide someone towards an insight that they will carry with them for the rest of their lives. How profound is that, right? Like a few of my therapists in the past, they guided me towards personal insights that I always, remember as something that they guided me towards. Okay, I figured it out for myself, but their guidance led me there, and that is something that I'm extremely grateful for, right? So being able to be that person for you or for anyone, that's a gift. That's a beautiful thing, I believe. So perhaps this is something that I would like to explore more, or I don't know. Like at this point, I really don't know what's going to happen. Should I focus on specific knowledge? Should I take a break? Should I explore other areas? I really, really want to do some volunteering work. So I'm really looking for a place here in Mexico that I can do some volunteering work in. I found a place. My friend found a place in Tulum. Elias found a place in Tulum that I might want to check out. I still can go to the one in Tapachula. I don't know yet, but I would love to do volunteering work, just to offer my my skills, my insight, my enthusiasm, my helping hands, just in exchange for gratitude, for love, for some food, for a roof above my head. That sounds such a nice gift. And it sounds like such a nice gift, not only for myself but for the other people. Just like really, just giving your time, giving your energy, and not expecting anything in return. That's a really, really nice and Buddhist, I think, idea that I would like to embody. I want to live it. You can think about these things, but it's a whole nother level of experience when you actually embody it, when you go do it, when you actually make the commitment to do some volunteering work for, I don't know, a few weeks, a month, few months, whatever, like how you feel. And I think that can really add to my own life, and perhaps if you want to try it out, to your life, right? There's this beautiful platform. It's called Workaway, and you can just find places, and there is tons of listings where people need helping hands, and usually they give you like a bed, or a tent or whatever, and some food. And sorry guys, I hope it's not COVID. I don't think. Wow, jinxed it. um so you can do some work in places that you would like to go to, for example. And that's a great way to share your goodwill, like to create beautiful positive karma in your life and other people's lives. And that's a very profound thing, I think. And I was actually thinking about this yesterday. I had this wave of gratitude that just it came over me. I'm like, I am so grateful for all the opportunities that come my way. I'm so incredibly grateful that I met my Airbnb host here in Cancun, Ken. He is just such a good human being, and he works so hard, but he gives back so much. He is providing spaces for people to sleep. He is providing lots of value to people who book the Airbnb experiences, and he has helped me so much. He has gave me so much opportunity for me to develop myself while I'm here in Mexico, and I'm so grateful. I was thinking to myself, it's so incredibly beautiful that this guy is so giving. He gives so much of his, I don't know, like good energy, and he supports people, and it's such a beautiful guy. Like he's like very, very, very spiritually, I don't know, like good person. Like he really wants to pay things forward. He's really concerned with helping others in his own ways, and that is incredibly inspiring. And I'm so grateful, because without him, I would have never went to the rainbow probably, and I would have never had all these experiences of coming to understand the different ways of living. And all these experiences I've been through, they were supported by his support in a way. And like this wave of gratitude just washed over me, and I was so thankful for every opportunity that I've received so far. It's amazing. It's so, so, so nice. So yeah, I wanted to share that real quick. I didn't ever understand everything 100%, but almost all it was answering. You will find your way. Bless you. Well, thank you so much, Evelyn. I am trying to speak as clearly as possible. I don't know if there is actually subtitles on the live streams. I think there are. But if you understood almost everything, that is really good progress. I mean, it's amazing that you are learning English and that you understand most of what I say. That's super inspiring, really, really cool. And personally, I love learning new languages. I love to really understand culture on a linguistic level too, because it really brings a lot of nuances when you at least learn some of the language, and you can speak with the locals that don't speak English and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a great skill, and it's really inspiring that you really are learning English. It's super cool. And once you do speak it, you can travel the world and almost have zero issues communicating with people. Only if you go to like these far out places where nobody knows even of the existence of English, then it's going to be very difficult. But in most places, you can get around just fine with English. So it's definitely worth your time to learn English. and to hold decent conversations with people using this language. Bless you too. Whoa, Philip, man, welcome to the live stream, dude. Oh my God, how have you been, my friend? It's been such a long time, bro. That is so cool that you're joining today. So grateful to have you here, man. Let's hop on a call soon, dude. Like I've missed your vibes, your insights. I'm super excited and curious about what you're currently working on. So that's super cool, dude. Thanks so much for joining. I'm super happy to hear from you. Um, yeah, so currently in Mexico, having a good time, having a really good time here. Super grateful for all the opportunities that are coming my way and all the beautiful people that are in my life. It's it's a wonderful feeling. It's a wonderful feeling. As the Brahmin intention is living in trust. That is a really beautiful intention. I very much resonate with that. Living in trust sounds like a good summary of the things that I'm currently experiencing, let's say, just trusting the process, trusting your own intuition, trusting the fact that you will figure out your own path. And by living in trust and alignment with that truth, the right things will show up, just like what is happening in my life right now. It's really interesting to to realize that, to experience that on a deep level, this surrender to whatever is coming your way and keeping your eyes open. Okay, keeping your eyes open for opportunities and invitations that people are making, and then like trusting the process, trusting the flow. It's honestly such a profound thing to experience as a human being. So yeah, eternally grateful, and eternally grateful for the people in my life. It's just so important for myself personally to realize this every single day. I'm like, I am surrounded by so many incredible people, and it's the best feeling in the world. I can call my friends anytime. They will pick up the phone. We will have a conversation. I will be able to speak from my heart. I will be able to share my gratitude. I will be able to share my doubts, my fears, my anger, my disappointment, my challenges, anything. And they can do exactly the same with me. And that is so rare, and that is so profound, and so, I don't know, so meaningful in a way. Like these relationships that I have with these people, with everyone, even you guys, like these relationships, this feeling of connected, this connectedness, that's literally what I live for. To feel connected with myself, with other people. This connection is the thing I live for, really. And I feel blessed, so blessed that I can feel this on a daily basis almost. Okay, sometimes I cannot feel it, but that's mostly because there is some blockage within myself, and I don't really allow the energy to flow through me, and that is causing these feelings of isolation and these feelings of disconnectedness. But it's usually, or almost always, because it's a block within me, and then I need to release it and open up my heart again, and then I can surrender and receive all this beautiful energy from everyone in my life, and that is just such a profound feeling. I have Dutch neighbors, and we managed to communicate a little in English. That is super cool. I'm so happy to hear that, Evelyn. um, that way you can at least, build a little bit of relationship together. It's good to know your neighbors. I love to know my neighbors. It's a really cool way to, I don't know, when you run into each other in the street, or wherever, and you say hi, or when you borrow something. I love to, when I'm cooking, or oh god damn, I don't have this, and then just knock on the door for my neighbor and, hey, I know it's a bit weird, but do you happen to have this tool, or a little bit of sugar, or whatever, something that I need for the thing that I'm currently preparing? They're like, yeah, of course. And what are you making? And it's a great way to initiate conversation. So, a little tip: if you want to make good friends with your neighbors, ask for a small favor, and then they can actually show that they're good people who want to do you this favor. And then the reciprocity works in such a way that now you can do something back for them that is nice, and that way you can actually really quickly build a very nice relationship that is based on small gestures you do for each other, and that can spark conversation. And it's really cool because in times of need you can always count on your neighbors, or almost always count on your neighbors, especially if you've shown your goodwill and you're just a kind, respectful person who says hi. It's simple, but it's invaluable. So little people do this, and it's really crazy what you can attain or achieve if you just show some basic respect and courtesy and decency to your neighbors. They will really, be very grateful for that. So I can only recommend you doing this. I'm happy for you. Thank you so much, Evelyn. I'm super, super grateful to hear that. All right, guys, I think we'll wrap it up here. I'm really hungry. I haven't eaten yet today, so I bought like a nice chicken, and it's like, I don't know, chicken, what is it called? I don't know, roasted chicken or something. They put it on the pin and it's turning, and it's with all these spices, and it's so freaking good. So I'm gonna have that, and I'm gonna do some more work, and then probably, I don't know, meet up with a friend or something tonight, and then go to sleep. So I want to thank you all for being here, for joining me in the live stream. I had a really good time. Thank you so much for all your energy and for your good vibes. It feels so amazing to share this journey with you all. For the people who are watching after the live stream, thank you so much for watching. I'm super, super grateful that you're here as well. It's always a pleasure, such a pleasure to do these live streams. And I always have this very, peaceful feeling when I do these. And when I will sign off, I will carry this feeling with me the rest of the day. So I want to thank you all for that beautiful, I don't know, experience. Um, I feel grateful for that. Keep on spit. That's exactly it. Stop your compulsive chicken eating habits. Well, they're not compulsive. I just like to eat chicken, roasted chicken, man. It's just really freaking good. And it's super cheap here also. All right, guys. So thank you so much for joining. I had a really good time. Had some good laughs, good energy. I will carry this feeling with me throughout the rest of the day. I wish you a beautiful rest of your night or weekend or wherever you are in the world. It's a pleasure to be spending some time with you all. And yes, sending you lots of love, appreciation, gratitude, blessings. And I hope to see you guys very, very soon. If not in the next live stream, maybe I will do it, maybe not. I'm not sure. My life is a little bit, chaotic and impulsive and spontaneous right now. But if I make it, I will definitely show up. If not, you will definitely see me in the next video tomorrow. I want to thank you so much for being here with me today. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. All right, guys, have a good evening. Bye bye.